Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Data Dispatch. I hope you guys are having a great day. Palantir Technologies continues to soar. Even in the aftermarkets here, we're seeing the possibility of touching $25 in the next few trading sessions. In addition, you have PLTR that establishes some exclusive partnerships, and we're seeing these contracts that are continuing to form after the results of those Q4 earnings that have already shown that the commercial customer revenue is continuing to be a big catalyst for the success for the stock. And nonetheless, across the board, we're seeing the AI boom that is continuing in the demand for AI that is continuing to trickle in. We're going to be taking a look at some of the options of volatility. It's getting interesting for the stock. So if you are a new or a returning viewer, hit that like button, subscribe for daily videos. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm just collecting all the data and dispatching it to you. Now, if we pop it up on the screen here, you see PLTR trading and closing here at 24.51. What we're looking at here is at the actual 5-minute charts. And the reason why I'm really zoomed in here on more of the smaller time period is because right now we are kind of at these unprecedented levels for PLTR. What we mean by that is because a new 52-week year-to-date high is being set on a daily basis right now. So Palantir is testing these new limits within the year that have not been tested in recent trading history. Palantir has been here before. Have we talked about its all-time highs in the 30s? Palantir has seen that. But where it's at right now in terms of fundamentals compared to where that price action was before, when we had a lot of just money across the market in general before we saw the correction in 2022, where we see PLTR is at an interesting point because trading volumes are still continuing to soar, 212 million, and now you got a market cap at 53 billion. Just in terms of micro support levels, and I think these need to be taken with a grain of salt because there is not a ton of trading activity at these levels. However, micro support at the 23s. We see here at 23.4, 23.46 to be exact, you can see there's a little bit of micro support being formed there. We're seeing a little bit of resistance right at that 25. Now, if Palantir continues to open up in the pre-market or even at the beginning of the trading session, if there's more bullish catalyst moves and we are not seeing that pullback yet in PLTR, it could break out past that 25s. But however, there is a lot of speculation here. This stock has risen in the previous few days from 1670 all the way to 24.51, which means there is a lot of risk right now behind PLTR with the amount of percentage gain that this has increased. Profit taken could happen at any point. Any pullbacks could happen at any point, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Establishing new consolidation and support levels at these zones in the 20s and maybe even forming some strong support in the 20s could be a very successful bullish sign for PLTR in 2024. Now toggle over here to the options. You see lots of implied volatility coming from the option side of things. You got 125,000. Yes, I said that right. 125,000 at the strike price for $25 for end of day expirations starting on the 9th. In terms of that, continuing on here, even at the 26, 18,000. But look at the puts here. You have multiple people that are predicting a pullback here, which could be entirely possible. However, still a lot of bullishness in the short term that Palantir is going to continue to grow in price. Let's talk about what we do have with a big deal for PLTR, and that is Palantir strikes a deal with Voyager Space. Now, this is great as we see Palantir releases its Q4 earnings, and we're continuing to see bullishness in terms of them getting more diversified and involved with the private clientele. And you can see here, Palantir, I agree with Investor Place, is continuing to have an excellent week that only seems to be getting better as they have established this partnership here with Voyager Space. And the team is allowing Palantir to bring its AI and machine learning technology into this commercial space domain. Now, with that, talking about bringing PLTR stock to the moon, we see here that shares have not seen a ton of growth in the beginning of the year, but we're seeing a different kind of momentum that we're seeing now. If we quickly check here, look at NVIDIA touching at the 700s. NVIDIA's growth in the last 3 months is astronomical, also up over 50%. But what we're seeing is that recent data indicates that space tourism market is expected to expand at a compounded annual growth rate at almost 50% between 2024 and 2032. Almost the whole next decade, we're going to continue to see this whole commercial space exploration type of, I want to say, situation that might evolve into a reality. And Palantir is getting their hands and getting their feet wet and ready to blast off right here as they are looking to get involved with space exploration. In addition, we also have Palantir that is announcing new partnership to support energy production in Bahrain. And great to see here, as this is a multi-year partnership with the Bapco upstream in allowing Bapco to use Palantir's Foundry software and artificial intelligence platform. With this being said, like I said, you're seeing this continued diversification in the utilization of the different softwares, and also, of course, with AIP across the board. With Bapco Energies, it is positioning itself at the forefront with the AI revolution in the energy production. Here says co-founder Alex Karp. So Palantir is continuing to make moves, and with that, you do have shares that are continuing to grow, really outpacing the S&P 500 today. And looking at the global market indexes, you can see pretty much consolidation. Palantir is beating the market by a big percentage every single day in the recent past. And what we're seeing right here is, in terms of the market, is also setting record highs. S&P 500 hits 5,000 for the first time, and NASDAQ at its best level in over 2 years. And this AI-fueled market rally is really hitting these new highs, as Palantir has been a great example of this AI-fueled market rally, especially with those quarter four earnings and with the data analytics firm revenues that are continuing to rise. In terms of what we're seeing, possibly, like I said, in the short term, we could possibly see a pullback, but that's what I'm seeing in my own personal opinion, just due to the actual growth that we've seen of PLTR. If we zoom out, look at how PLTR traded last quarter, getting from that Q3 quarter results from 14 all the way up to 21.85. What happened after that? We saw a little bit of a pullback here, coming back to the 17s, to the 16s, almost returning. There could be a profit taking cascade that could happen at any moment. So for the bulls there that already have their positions locked at lower prices, celebrating these higher highs in terms of valuations in their portfolios, but also people looking, to get in, make sure you always do that full risk analysis and make your own decision before making an investment decision, because right now times could be very volatile. Like I said, after earnings, especially with these AI stocks, we typically see a lot of volatility behind it, historically speaking. But nonetheless, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Palantir is continuing to celebrate these higher highs, these year-to-date highs, and establishing critical partnerships across the board. We're going to be keeping a close eye on, of course, PLTR coming forward here in the next few weeks. I will catch you guys later. Peace out. Have a great day. And, of course, Data Dispatch signing out.